Oh man, the Tigers right now, they are in some serious trouble. Some stuff is in serious jeopardy right now. Whoa, whoa. Oh my god, editor, what are you doing? This isn't even what I'm talking about. Okay, well, I guess the field isn't the only drama going on with the Tigers. Jeez. There is on-field issues going on right now. On-field issues that could have totally been avoided. They could have really been put completely to bed recently, only for this to happen instead.
You better get your ass out this bed.
If I come back up these stairs and you still in this bed, I'm gonna get completely naked and get up in there with you and spoon. I'm up.
So thank you for being here, subscribed or not. If you haven't joined the 49% Elite Humans, consider hitting that button if you enjoy the videos. As for the majority of this season, when thinking of the Detroit Tigers, this was what came to mind. This was a good representation of them. The Detroit Tigers in September so far? More like this. I mean, it's not like this team was ever a juggernaut. The offense isn't very similar to the Miguel Cabrera era Tigers. No, those teams were built on powerful offense, a starting rotation full of studs, and a bullpen that could have put the healthiest person alive in the hospital with a heart attack. This year's team is actually more balanced, but because of that, there's no one part of the team that's necessarily like insane. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, Tarek Skubal is incredible. Arguably the best pitcher in baseball right now, but nobody in the rotation can compare in terms of just being that good and racking up that many innings. But it's not an awful group of arms behind him. Nothing elite, though. The bullpen is solid, nothing that special, but solid enough. And then the lineup, same thing. Their two best hitters are really platoon guys, Sabrina Carpenter's brother and country singer Riley Green. Really good left-handed hitters, but not great at hitting lefties. Thankfully, most pitchers are right-handed, so it's not the biggest deal ever in the history of the world, but it's still a thing. Spencer Torkelson, also known as
Spencer Torkelson,
is having his best season yet. Like, there's several solid hitters, but again, no Miguel Cabrera or Victor Martinez or Prince Fielders or... Yeah, but it's still a very good team. Obviously, they're in first place for a reason, and they've been in first place as long as they've been for a reason. But hold the phone. Out of absolutely nowhere, Cleveland is not only just making some cute push for the playoffs, no, they want the frickin' division. The Tigers were 15 and a half games up on the Guardians in July. 15 and a half. And as of this past week, the Tigers were 6.5 games up on the Guardians. Obviously a bit of a difference, but still a pretty big gap between the two, especially with less than 2 weeks in the season to go. Pretty much all but over. For this to even be interesting, Cleveland would have to go insane while the Tigers completely fall asleep and forget what winning a baseball game even means. Clearly not going to happen. Right? Right?
Hi, hello, wake up, you, yeah, wake up. I said wake up! Get your ass up!
This has been an everyday occurrence for a week straight now. So the Tigers just recently had their final homestand of the season. But before that, had a 6-game road trip that couldn't have started out any better. They whooped the Yankees' asses like there was no tomorrow, 2 games in a row. 12-2, then 11-1. They basically just asked the Yankees how many they were going to score, then said bet and added another 1 to that for themselves. But they did lose the last game 9-3 before going to Miami and losing the first 2 of that series. That included a game where Tarek Skubal got hit around and taken out early because of discomfort in his rib cage. Then the second game where they got walked off on in the 11th inning. So that went from an awesome road trip to a nightmare fast, but they did salvage a win on that Sunday. The pitching dominated, 2 runs was all they needed, and they stopped the losing streak and head back home. So, I mean, a little 3-game losing streak, that was rough, especially around this time of year, but, can't get much worse than that for this, for this team where they're at. Shit happens, you move on, and you're back home now with a chance to put your division race completely to bed facing the Guardians. Even if you lose the series to Cleveland, you're still up 5.5 over them with 9 games to go. Guardians take an early 1-0 lead, but Gleyber Torres would get a 3-0 green light, or just went rogue and decided to swing 3-0. Either way, it worked. Home run, tie game. Gabriel Arias strikes right back. That's gone. 2 innings later, Bo Naylor doubles in a run. Big on the Tigers for not allowing more than this, though. There was nobody out. Runners on second and third. Guardians didn't score again. Here come the Tigers. Spencer Torkelson, base hit, but then he gets thrown out at second trying to take it on this ball that barely got away. Considering Torkelson has 2 stolen bases this whole season, yeah, probably not the right move there. But then Riley Green gets hit on another sweeper down and in like that. Gets to third on this Colt Keith base hit and scores on a grounder. 1-run game. Cool. But it stayed that way into the ninth. Tigers down to their final out. Who you get a call? Sabrina Carpenter's brother. Bombs away, tie game. Everyone's going crazy. I mean, this is clearly why they're in first place and been in first place all year. And then Spencer Torkelson. Oh, what a shot. This team, man, so clutch. Oh, wait, the Guardians went nuts in the 10th and put up 4 runs on 5 hits, 4 of them being extra base hits. So Torque is crushing the ball, but Cleveland's still in the driver's seat, and Sidney Sweeney's brother lines out to end it. Well, damn. That's a tough loss. Now, turns out this was child's play compared to what was coming. Gavin Williams, he's been around a couple of years, but this is his first full year in the rotation. He knows what's on the line. He sure as hell pitched like he knew he did. 5 innings, no runs, 9 strikeouts. Tigers only get 1 hit off Cleveland's bullpen, just 4 hits on the night, while Guardians get 4 runs on the night. 4-0 Guardians. They're now 4.5 games back in the division. But again, what did I say? Even if they lose 2 games, as long as Detroit wins just 1, they leave this series up 5.5 games, and they have the perfect guy to pitch for this last game too. Tarek Skubal. Thankfully, his rib issue wasn't too much of an issue, so he's back and doing Tarek Skubal things. I mean, not that Cleveland should be historically intimidated by him.
It's a high fly ball deep into left field. It is up. It is going to be a grand slam.
That was in the playoffs, but it's not like Scoobs let that scare him like it would if he was a dog. Earlier this very year, he threw a complete game shutout against the Guardians, giving up 2 hits all game and striking out 13 hitters with his last pitch clocking in at 103 miles an hour. I mean, come on, man. And then about a month later, now in Cleveland, he dominated them again. 7 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts. So this is, of course, exactly who should be on the mound to put a bow on this division race. Colt Keith knocks a run home. Skubal threw 3 shutout innings, 4 strikeouts. Things are looking promising, except just as the Tigers were putting a bow on that present, this happened. Jhonkensy Noel, Big Christmas they call him, a dude who's done literally nothing all year, hitting 158 with 4 home runs all year long. It's him who slams a game-tying home run against Tarek Skubal, because of course it is. Other than that, though, Skubal was great per usual. The issue is, so was Tanner Bybee. 8 strikeouts through 6 innings. He's killing it. So after 6, Skubal, who also went 6 and struck out 9, gets taken out. In comes Troy Melton, and Troy indeed has a meltdown. He walks Angel Martinez before Jose Ramirez comes up, and
I am inevitable.
Jose Ramirez.
the Detroit Tigers are basically batting practice to Jose Ramirez at this point. He parks his baseball in a right field. Cleveland is now up. The Tigers are really in trouble now. I mean, if there was ever time to figure it out, figure it out. But hey, Andy Ibanez walks on 4 pitches to lead off the 7th. Then Dylan Dingler works a full count. You're thinking, okay, maybe they got something here. Here they go. This is finally where they pull through. Full count. He hits this one up the middle, and Tim Herron snags it. Flips to first to double Ibanez up just like that. Rally killed. Next, Zach McKinstry. Punch out. See ya. Next inning, man on first. Colby Allard in. Next man up on the mound for Cleveland. 2 outs. Riley Green works an 11-pitch at bat that he just cannot win. Goes down swinging onto the 9th. Hunter Gaddis in. Spencer Torkelson greets him with a knock. It really could use another game-tying home run right about now. Instead, they get this. Double play. Another rally killed. Andy Ibanez pops out. Ball game over. Sweep complete. All of a sudden, the Tigers are now just 3.5 up on the Guardians. Don't worry, it gets worse. In come the 4th place Atlanta Braves to town. So, okay, they're going to get a bad team to take advantage of that. Ha! No. They immediately go down 3-0. Then the Braves tack on another 3 in the 2nd inning. Acuna goes deep. Ha-Seong Kim goes deep. Drake Baldwin goes deep. Spencer Torkelson hits a massive 3-pointer to cut the deficit to 48. Bro's got to feel like this at this point. I mean, what more can he do? This RBI single in the 1st inning of the next game. Braves answer back in the 3rd. Nacho Alvarez Jr. goes deep for his first career home run. Tigers are giving up home runs to a guy named after a chip. That's when you know it's going bad. Then Drake Baldwin in the same inning. Tigers get a run back on a sac fly. Skip to the 6th. Zach McKinstry. Boom! Pinch hit, game-tying homer, just out of reach for Jurickson Profar. Next inning, game still tied. A man on first, Spencer Torkelson back up, and he finally hits one that looks like it'll lead to a Tigers win. He instantly knows it off the bat. So does the crowd. Everyone's going nuts. This is huge. But before you could fully celebrate, there's freaking Nacho at it again. He literally just hit his first career home run in the game. Now he hits his second off of Kyle Finnegan, who's been awesome so far as a Tiger. Yeah, baseball. It makes zero sense. It's amazing. But that's all the Braves got and brings this game to the ninth with the Tigers still up. In comes Will Vest, who did not have a good last outing. It was in that first Cleveland game when they went off in extra innings. He was the reason they went off in extra innings. And the Braves pick up right where the Guardians left off. Base hit Ozzie Albies, base hit Ha-Seong Kim. But then he locks in Michael Harris, strikeout. Red Sox legend, Red Sox Hall of Famer, Sandy Leon, strikeout. So they're 1 out away, 1 strike away. The crowd ready for a win. This would be huge, but unfortunately at this point for them, Nacho is more inevitable than Jose Ramirez. At least he's playing that role for this series. Base hit, right field, tie game. The air is taken out of Comerica Park. Tigers fans will never look at Nachos the same way again. Vest gets ahead of yet another hit or 2 strikes just to give up yet another hit. Profar knocks this in a right. Kim comes around to score. Braves take the lead. Vest leaves the game with boos raining down. This is a disaster. One Sabrina Carpenter or her brother cannot fix. They go down 1-2-3 in the ninth and lose this game.
Meanwhile,
After scoring 6 runs in the 8th inning in Minnesota on Friday night to beat the Twins, the Guardians, playing a doubleheader on Saturday, score another 6 runs playing home run derby. Jose Ramirez hits his 30th of the year. Bo Naylor goes deep. Jorge Valeria, dude's never hit a home run in his life. He's a rookie. Bro's got 20 career at-bats. He says, why not? I'll go deep too. Daniel Schneemann, bomb. Bo Naylor, again, goodbye. 6-0 Guardians before not hitting a single home run in game 2, yet scoring more runs anyway. Steven Kwan starts the scoring with a 2-run single and ends the scoring with a 2-run single. They put up 8 runs and shut out the Twins again. Twins can't get a single run in 18 innings. Guardians whoop them a new asshole and gain 2.5 more games on the Tigers because of all this. So going into Sunday, the Tigers for the first time since April 5th had a chance to not have sole possession of first place. Well, thankfully, Cleveland finally lost on Sunday to the Twins. They were winning at first, but the Twins finally remembered how to play baseball, and they pull away to break the Guardians' 10-game winning streak. Great! Now back to Detroit. Oh, my bad. That could be literally any day in Detroit. That's not specific enough. There we go. Braves offense just slowly but surely works their way to a 6-0 lead. And after 8 innings of nothing, the Tigers finally decide to start putting up some runs. Too little, too late. They lose again. They get swept again. That's 6 straight losses. They lose every game of their final homestand of, I could just say, the regular season. But at this point, there is a legitimate shot that not only do they blow their division, but they could miss the playoffs entirely. As if this movie couldn't be getting any crazier, the Tigers are now going to Cleveland for 3 games starting Tuesday. What in God's name is going to happen this week? All I know is that
I will be there. No matter what.
let me know your thoughts and thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.